Good afternoon. Today is Thursday, February 16th, 2023. I'm Joe Sean. This is Mia, and here's what's happening today. Today we feature Jim Brown. Jim Brown is a Pro Football Hall of Famer and played 8 seasons for the Cleveland Browns. In Cleveland, Brown set records for carries, yards per game, average, and touchdowns. He was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 1971. After his playing career, he turned to acting, broadcasting, and activism.
This week's Friday library event is a trivia. Compete as a team or as an individual to answer questions covering a variety of topics.
Do you have library fees you want to get waived? Well, Limitless Library is offering a fine-free February. All you have to do is read for 5 hours. In order to get credit, you have to log it and turn it in to Ms. Fallon by February 21st.
Seniors. The Baby Senior slideshow is back. This montage of pictures will run at the senior breakfast and before graduation. Submit one baby picture ages 0 to 5 using the link shown here. You must use your MNMPS email account to submit. Deadline is April 1st.
In sports, both the boys and girls teams are advancing to the next round in the district tournament with big wins over Valor and MLK. Both teams travel to Murfreesboro to take on Murfreesboro Central. Good luck to them.
That's all we have for you today. Before we go, here's Ms. Meredith talking with Joey and Sammy about the Bell Tower Scholarship. Have a great rest of your day.
Hello, I'm Seisha Meredith. I'm the Senior College Career Counselor, and today I have 2 wonderful students with me, Joey and Sammy. Joey and Sammy are 2 of our 6 recipients for the Bell Tower Scholarship, which is a full ride to Belmont. So we are going to ask them some questions about what that process was like to get to this point. So I'm looking forward to hearing from them. So my first question is, what made you interested in applying for this scholarship, and how did you hear about it?
So I actually heard about it from you, Miss Meredith. I was interested in applying to the scholarship just because Belmont is it has such a nice campus, and the people, when I took the tour there, was so nice and welcoming. So I was like, why not just give it a try and just apply to see what happens?
Yeah.
So one of my classmates, he got a full ride. So he was telling me about how the process went, and I wanted to try for it. And because my brother goes to Belmont, I wanted to apply there. And like Joey said, the campus is really nice. So I was really interested.
It is a great school. So the Bell Tower Scholarship is more than just a scholarship. It's a full program. So within that program, you're in a cohort of 50 Metro students, and you guys kind of stay together. You all get support. You do a summer camp thing, and take some summer classes before your freshman year. So what you know about the program, what are you looking forward to most about it?
I think I'm just looking forward to seeing all the diverse people in the program and being a part of the cohort. Just like having a community where I feel like that I, am gradually like becoming like a family. I think that's kind of what I seek in that cohort, and just like going through trials together and, getting that college experience together and just learning and growing together.
Yeah.
I think I'm really excited about like meeting new people and creating new connections, while also knowing that like they're from MMPS, so like they have better context of like the environment I grew up in. So,
yeah. Okay. Great. So this was a long process for you to get to this point. We started with about 30 students that were interested, then so many students got an interview, and so many were invited to Canada Day. So you got all the way to the end. Can you tell me the whole process? Kind of what was the most challenging part for you?
I feel like for me, the most challenging part is probably writing my personal essay. I feel like at the beginning, I didn't really know what I wanted to talk about. And seeing that it is a personal essay, I wanted to share some parts about me, but I also didn't know like what to include. Like there's so many aspects to my life, and I just didn't know which one would, like touch them and make it a great essay. But after getting the essay done, I feel like everything else was kind of like it flowed. Like the interview, like after getting chosen, it was like, okay, just prepare for it, just go for it, and just speak your mind and be yourself. And then it was Candidates Day, and then before I know it, now we're here.
Yeah. So I got like an informational poster from Belmont, and it had like a timeline of the scholarship and how it goes. It was like, submitting your essay and then your resume, and then getting an interview, then going to the Canada Day, and then actually getting the scholarship. So I feel like just kind of like just seeing that every day kind of kept me going with everything, like to keep up all my grades. and also just like prepare for the interview. I think one of the hardest process was actually just like waiting after Canada Day to see if I got in or not, because I was like, they said you get contacted at February 15th. I was like, I kept waiting. And I was like, oh, I got it.
Yeah.
And then you guys came in with a bunch of balloons. And
Yes.
a whole big old check.
Yeah.
It was quite the show, really.
Yeah. So that was my next question. Tell us when you found out, what was that experience like? Who was the first person you wanted to tell?
Okay, so for me, I was in AP chemistry class,
Mhm.
and I was like, when I heard the 3 names called out, I kind of already had a notion that we won the scholarship or we got the scholarship.
Uh-huh.
But my initial feeling was I was kind of under pressure and under shock. Like I was just like, I got it. But then I was like happy about it internally, but I feel like I didn't express it so much because I
Mhm.
was like still in shock, right?
Yeah.
So then the first person I like kind of like told was my mom, because I was like, I know she's gonna be happy for me about it and feel proud that I got the scholarship and make me feel better that I didn't, feel happy on the
Uh-huh.
spot. But after getting that call, or making the call to her, I was like feeling much better. After
Yeah.
that.
That took some time to sink in.
Yeah. I mean, I was in AP World and I heard some students got it, and then I was just kind of nervous. I was like, oh, am I going to get it? I mean, some people didn't get it. I'm probably not going to get it. And then I was like, I'm probably going to find out today. But then I was just sitting in AP World, and then they call out my name, and I'm like, what is happening? And then Dr. Schaefer, he came in, and he said like we were like not doing anything class, and then we were all like trying to back up Mr. Oakman. And then and then out of nowhere, he's like, "Oh yeah, that teacher's complaining about you guys." And then you guys came in with a big check, and I was like, "What?"
Yeah, I think we worried Mr. Oakman a little bit.
Also on that day, we were doing a hot Cheeto like lab. So we were
Oh.
burning hot Cheetos. So we were dealing with fire. Schaefer came in was like I heard like a fire emergency or whatever. Like, what are you guys doing in the classroom? Miss Hardy was like, what?
Yeah, he played it up pretty well, didn't he?
For
yeah,
sure.
yeah.
That's great. So you guys were selected. What do you think it was about you all that you were selected? Because it's a hard job for the Belmont to pick the final 50. What made you stand out from some of the other students, you think?
I think, like they said before, just showing your personality is key to winning the scholarship. Not just putting up like a face or like showing someone that you're not. Like I feel like for me personally, I just kind of throughout the interview, I was nervous and I was stuttering, but I feel like I showed myself. I feel like, and I also told them about this biology, like parody video that I was making with my like teammates, and I ended up emailing Caroline about it, and I showed her. I don't know how much that helped, but I just kind of like she was interested in seeing it, so I showed her our final product. So
I think they chose me because of the interview. I kind of showed them like the things I was like passionate about, and they could really kind of see that. And then also just like the financial situation and how it like would help my family just getting the full ride scholarships.
I feel like it definitely took account of everything in the process, not just your grades or GPA or whatever extracurriculars. Like it's more about you and yeah, just you.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think Belmont wants to enrich their diversity, and this is one way that they're doing it. So my last question is for future students that would like to apply for this scholarship. I mean, getting a full ride to Belmont sounds very intriguing, right? So what advice would you have for any underclassmen, be a freshman, sophomore, or junior, that would maybe be interested in this in the future?
I feel like don't be intimidated by the number of how many people are going to get the scholarship. I know there's only 50 and it was 300 applications, but I feel like just give it a shot and you never know what would really happen. Like, just try and see. Don't just give up because of a certain statistic or like your doubts, I feel like.
Mhm.
And we also have very supportive teachers and counselors. So I feel like always talk to them, always like keep in touch so that like it makes your process a lot easier and it makes you feel more sure that, at the end of it.
I feel like
Yeah.
everyone should give it a try, but then also kind of use that full ride scholarship idea to like keep you pushing throughout your senior year, and to finish the process and get the Bell Tower scholarship.
Mhm.
That's my advice.
Great. Well, thank you all for sharing about your experience, and we are so proud of you, and we can't wait to see what you guys do after Hillwood.
Yeah.
Thank you.